I have learned to leave the mating calls and the mating dances to the birds. I am no longer rubbing feathers with anyone, shaking a tail feather, or strutting like a peacock for anyone. I have learned my lesson about tap dancing for the love of a narcissist, and I am no longer participating in those type of activities. I am no longer making noise or drawing attention to myself so that I can gain the gaze of a narcissist. So I'm not doing any mating calls such as this one. Check it out. I'm definitely not doing any little dances saying, hey, look at me, look what I can do, such as this. Challenge! If a potential suitor doesn't see me, then it's okay. I'm no longer interested in wanting a person that doesn't want me back. If you have ever been guilty of being totally extra to get someone's attention, or being silly led away with diver's lust, then hit the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel, and let me tell you all about my disastrous behavior. When it came to trying to get the narcissist to see me, hear me, value me, and want me. First, let's talk about what are mating calls. We have heard of lots of species of animals doing something called a mating call. So that would be birds, frogs, deers. Lots of animals participate in this kind of behavior for the purposes of mating. So animals do these type of mating calls during mating season, and they are basically vocalizations such as grunting or snorts to establish dominance or territory. A mating dance is any kind of movement that is meant to attract or impress potential mates. A mating dance is basically like putting on a display. I remember when I first met the narcissist, I was truly impressed with the way that he presented. He was a very well-dressed man, very classy dressed man. And I took that to mean, and I assumed that that meant that he was a classy person. I later learned that he dressed that way to purposely attract the good girls. So when I saw this narcissist all dressed up, all dressed well, dressed totally different from lots of other guys out there, it made me want to impress him as well. And so I would take extra care, time, and attention to my hair and my outfits and etc. And if I got a compliment from him, I would step up those areas where I was complimented in so I could get more compliments from him. Everything that he said that he liked about me, I would spruce up those areas, or I would pay closer attention to those areas or put special care. When birthdays and holidays rolled around, I would take special care in those areas too, to show him how much I cared about him. Another thing that I did to strut like a peacock was that I overextended my girlfriend duties. So when I would visit the narcissist, I would be trying to show him, in my mind, trying to show him how much of a wife I could be. So I was always over cleaning up his apartment, organizing his junk drawer, cooking up a storm at his place, just trying so very hard to say, look at me, I can be a wife. And that turned out to be a total mistake and a total disaster. I remember one time I impressed the narcissist with just a simple dinner that I always prepare for myself. I cook spaghetti with ground turkey, and I messed around and introduced the narcissist to ground turkey. He'd never heard of it before he met me. He didn't know what it was. He had no clue how it tasted. And he was just so impressed with my ground turkey spaghetti. He was acting like he was just so over the moon that it wasn't, a greasy spaghetti that he was used to, and it tastes healthy. He said it tastes different. And he was just so thrilled about my ground turkey spaghetti and also ground turkey tacos. So I managed to win the narcissist approval, and I was glad about that at that time. Little did I know this was part of the grooming process where the narcissist will praise you and put you up on a pedestal and make you think that you're just so great and wonderful. And then later on, they're going to snatch you down, way down, down in the deep. I think that one of the pitfalls of engaging in this mating call or mating dance kind of behavior is just wanting to be wanted, wanting to be needed, wanting to be seen. I had lots of those issues. I had issues of loneliness. So I had prolonged periods of time where I wasn't dating, I wasn't in a relationship. And some of that kind of led to, just that extreme desire of wanting to be in a relationship, wanting companionship, wanting friendship, etc. So that type of longing can have you stepping out of your normal behavior and stepping out of your character. So I have learned to be more patient. I have learned not to rush things. And I have learned my place, so to speak. So I do feel it's not my place to be chasing after a man, you know, spreading all of my feathers out and say, "Hey, look at me. Do you like these feathers? Look at the colors. Look at the detail. Look at my design. Isn't it pretty?" I basically just feel like either the guy sees me or he doesn't. You know, I'm not looking. He's looking for me. So whether I am hidden or whether I am in plain sight, he is going to find me. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So I don't have to go on this mission to try to spread all of my favor all around, spread my favor onto some guy, or try to show him that I have favor or I am favored. God is the one that's going to give him the favor, not me. So I'm learning to be more patient and less pouncing, more patient and less pondering, more patient and less panting, more patient and less pandering. I don't think that there's anything that I can do to show or prove to anyone that I'm worthy of being a wife. I think that, my future spouse would just have to look at me and be able to see that, observe me and be able to see that, test me and be able to see it. After he sees it, he should know. 1 Corinthians 13:1. Though I speak with tongues of men and of angels, and have not love, I have become sounding brass or clanging cymbal. So That sounds very much like a mating call, just making noise, and that's it. It's not about making noise. It's not about talking. It's not about calling out. It's about love. I have to have love in my heart, and that love in my heart should be speaking for me. That love in my heart should be calling out. That love in my heart should be dancing, not me. So when someone looks at me, it is my prayer that they see love, not anything on the outside, but that they see the love in my heart. They see the love of the Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Peter chapter 3. Wives, likewise, be submissive to your own husbands, that even if some do not obey the word, they without a word may be won by the conduct of their wives. When they observe your chaste conduct, accompanied by fear, do not let your adornment be merely outward, arranging of hair, wearing gold, putting on fine apparel. Rather, let it be the hidden person of the heart, with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God. Now, there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, I had no business being submissive or acting like a wife to a boyfriend. That should have been out. I was to be submissive to my own husband, and he had not made me his wife. He wasn't a husband. And even when we got married, he did not operate in the role of husband. This also says that my conduct should have been chaste, so had no reason to be giving him come hither looks or wearing come hither outfits. Again, that should have been my behavior for my husband. And I should have been concentrating on bearing the fruit of the Spirit, not trying to impress my boyfriend with my culinary skills or the way that I dress, or doing any type of come hither behavior. I really shouldn't have been putting all that focus into impressing him with my hair and my clothes. I should have been concentrating on my conduct, my heart, and seeing if he could see that instead of what was on the outside. Proverbs 31:10. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. Again, that should have been my behavior for my husband. And I should have been concentrating on bearing the fruit of the Spirit, not trying to impress my boyfriend with my culinary skills or the way that I dress. So, lesson learned, with hindsight being 2020 now, I understand that my focus should really be on what's on the inside. The tools that I need to be sharpening are internal. So I need to make sure that my heart is pure, my spirit is renewed with God, and my character embodies the fruit of the Spirit. Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. And these are the things that I should have been concerned with. These are the things that should have been my quote unquote mating call. Without me speaking, I should have been bearing the fruit of the Spirit. And I should have been waiting for a spouse that would be able to see those fruit of the Spirit within me without me having to say a word, without me having to make a sound, without me having to do a dance. I don't think that we have to do a bunch of movement and a bunch of making noise for us to be joined with our kingdom spouses. God can bring you together with your kingdom spouse. God is able to yoke you up with a suitable mate. You can find your mate even with a meek and quiet spirit. There's no need for us to be going around making a bunch of noise, flopping around all over the place, and asking that people look at us. Your spouse is going to see you. And so don't worry about anybody else that can't or won't see you. It's going to be quite easy for your spouse to see you. You know why? Because the marvelous light is shining on you.